Hey yo, what's up guys, welcome to today's video. Today's video is gonna be the infamous Kha Zix versus Elise jungle matchup. So I've previously mentioned that this is one of Kha Zix's worst matchups and I still believe that. But today I'll be sharing some of the secret tips that I use to actually find this matchup not as miserable as it used to be. Because of the new items and new playstyle that is viable now in Season 11. Or in Season 10 in this matchup. So, first up, I still believe that this matchup is Elise favored simply because Elise in spider form removes Khazix isolation damage, which is of course a huge part of Khazix's kit. But I have a few things that can maybe make this matchup a little bit easier. So, first up, I heavily recommend going for Mercs against Elise because one, she has her cocoon to stun you and she has a lot of burst damage. That is AP, so Mercs is gonna help you a little bit with both of those. On top of that, I heavily recommend Tenacity because Elise again has her cocoon and reducing the amount of time that you're CC'd for can be basically game changing in a 1v1 against Elise. Another thing, Hex Shrinker, because Elise has high burst damage, can be helpful if you are behind against Elise and she's perma invading you and you don't really feel like you can fight her with offensive items. And go for defensive items such as Hex Drinker. So, the next thing. R-Evolve is actually one of the few situations where I think is just straight up better than Q-Evolve. First of all, because Q-Evolve is isolation dependent. And as we already talked about, Elise removes your isolation damage if she goes in spider form. So therefore I think R-Evolve is better to evolve first. Because R-Evolve is not relying on isolation damage. And it can actually help you both sneak up on the Elise more easily. And if you get stunned, you are invisible for a longer period of time. So Elise can't basically do damage onto you because all of her, or most of her abilities are point and click. And if you're invisible, she can't point and click on you. So you don't take damage while invisible. So yeah, I heavily recommend going for R-Evolve. On top of that, I recommend going Prowlers Claw. Because R-Evolve with Prowlers Claw basically synergizes pretty well together in my opinion. And with Prowler's Claw you can basically use E on top of the Elise, use the Prowler's Claw to go through her, and hopefully Elise basically misses the cocoon by throwing it while you're using Prowler's Claw through her. And that way you're not going to be CC'd and there's not like no threat from the Elise basically. The next thing is that since this matchup is Elise favored, you want to put your controllers defensively, basically at your own jungle entrance, to make sure that she doesn't basically combo one-shots you from a bush on one of your jungle camps. The last thing is you actually want to try and invade the Elise from a bush. So you don't just straight up want to jump on top of her because that's too predictable because you're visible the entire time that you're making that play. So instead you want to try and go from a bush, make sure that they don't have vision on you, so remember to use control words or sweeper. And then the combo that you want to use to engage on the Elise is gonna be, so you use your ulti, then you use your auto Q combo, and then basically your W after that, and then you hold on to your E until one of these three situations happens. So the first situation is if you don't have enough damage to kill Elise, then you might want to use your E to escape. I don't think that's good because Elise will be able to repel on you, so we don't really want to use it for that. But instead we want to try and use our E to dodge Elise cocoon if we can, or if Elise flashes over a wall to follow her flash, or if Elise basically uses her repel to jump over the wall onto a jungle camp, so we can again follow her. So again, your E is mainly going to be used to follow the Elise or to dodge the ability because it can't really be used to escaping because Elise will simply use her repel, jump on top of you, and then she'll kill you. So make sure that whenever you're engaging on Elise, that if you want to escape, you pretty much like want to use both your E and your R. That way you might have a chance of escaping, or flash of course. But otherwise, basically don't try to use your E away, because she's just going to follow you and you will die anyway. So make sure that whenever you're engaging on her, that you actually believe that you can kill her, because if you can't, she'll most likely turn it around and you're gonna lose that 1v1 and fall even further behind. So yeah, those were basically tips that I have for the Kha Zix vs Elise jungle matchup. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, remember to leave a like, remember to subscribe so you don't miss out on the next video. If you have any questions regarding the matchup, then leave them in the comment section down below. Otherwise, I hope to see you guys on my next live stream or in my next YouTube video. So thank you for watching and see you guys.